po, FilAm Arts presents Re-Indigenizing the Colonial Mind, a celebration of service and leadership with Ginoong Giovanni Gio Ortega. Giovanni Ortega has been working professionally in the theater for over a decade. He believes in creating an accepting and inclusive relationship with artists and communities alike, regardless of race, gender, religion, sexual orientation, and class. In the past few years, he's teamed up with several organizations around the world to observe how the arts and culture are used to inform different populations on how we can disseminate discrimination and enhance acceptance. As a multi-disciplinary artist, a public speaker in over 140 college campuses, and an international collaborator, these experiences have given Giovanni the opportunity to see the variety and diversity of what our society has to offer. This is what he continuously instills with the people that he interacts with in communities, organizations, and academia. Giovanni also believes that the artist's responsibility is to find inspiration in a diverse, inclusive society and to create work that reflects today's changing global landscape. As a queer Filipino within the vast diaspora of our people, Gio has enhanced the importance of developing marginalized voices from an intersectional approach, specifically the stories of our kababayans sa buong mundo, fellow people around the world. Join us tonight in our gathering to celebrate this kind of leadership and service through embodying kapwa-tao and meet the artists, cultural leaders, and mentors that have inspired this person along the way. Welcome to Re-Indigenizing the Colonial Mind, a celebration of service and leadership with Giovanni Ortega. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. I am broadcasting from Los Angeles, and it's such a special evening this evening as we celebrate the service of our community leader, Giovanni Ortega. Gio?
Hey G, how are you?
I'm very excited because tonight we've got a lot of people that want to honor you and that want to celebrate alongside you. So thank you, Gio, for allowing FilAm Arts to be a part of your vast legacy.
Thank you so much for having me. It's so nice. Ginoong Gio Ortega. Wow.
Di ba nga? So Gio, tonight's affair is broadcast on Facebook. People can comment, and in fact, they're commenting already. Hi, Maurus. Hi, Ginger. People from all over the world are tuning in. How are you feeling?
Well, I didn't sleep last night. I've been really excited for this opportunity just to be in the same space with FilAm Arts and with everybody.
So we're going to start off our show this evening from a very esteemed member of our community. So sit back, hold tight, and let's watch this, okay?
Mabuhay. Hello and welcome to all. It's a privilege to partner with FilAm Arts to honor and celebrate my good friend, Giovanni Ortega. As a Filipino and community leader, Giovanni has inspired many, not only here in Los Angeles and historic Filipino town, but literally around the world. I first met Giovanni at a gala hosted by Search to Involve Filipino Americans. I quickly became a fan of him and his work. And in 2016, I was delighted to present Giovanni with a certificate of commendation at the world premiere of his play, Criers for Hire at East West Players. Through his art and his lived experience, Giovanni shines a spotlight on stories dealing with Filipino and Filipino American identity. During this time when visibility is still lacking for this community, Giovanni works to create an accepting and inclusive relationship with all communities. He will surely leave a lasting impression for others to follow and will bring his unique perspective to this company and the 13th Council District. I look forward to our continued work together in this role with you as Artistic Director for FilAm Arts Teatro. Giovanni, congratulations.
Hi, I am John Lawrence Rivera. I am the artistic director of Playwrights Arena here in Los Angeles. Giovanni Ortega has worked with us as an actor, as a choreographer, and as a community leader, uplifting the stories of Filipino Americans. I congratulate him and wish him the best as he takes on an important role with FilAm Arts. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jose Luis Valenzuela. I'm the artistic director of the Latino Theater Company, Los Angeles Theater Center.
Hi, I'm Evelina Fernandez. I'm an associate artistic director at the Latino Theater Company at the LATC.
Giovanni, felicitaciones, congratulations. First, I met you. As you know, how can we ever forget Carnaval. Remember?
At UCLA.
At UCLA. You were a student at UCLA, one of my students. Beautiful performance. And I just want to say that makes me so happy to know that you're achieving your goals and your dreams and that you're being recognized for it. Felicitaciones, hermano.
Yes, and the first time I saw Giovanni was also in the Colonial Cabaret at UCLA when he was an MFA acting student. And I remember he was playing a geisha. And once I saw him do that, I said, I love that guy. He's a keeper.
And for a long time, Evelina, you were saying he was your favorite actor.
Well, he is my favorite actor. He still is my favorite actor. The only thing he needs to do is come and do a play at our theater. And we've been begging him to do that for years. And we're still waiting. And we'll wait forever for Gio. We love you. Congratulations. You deserve this and so much more. Thank you for being a mentor to students of color. Thank you for bringing them to our theater to see our shows. And we love you very, very much. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Gio. We love you.
Muchos besos.
Hi, Gio.
I'm sweating already.
Well, first off, the council, CD13, of course, council member Mitch O'Farrell gave such a nice message, and he kind of, shared the good news. The cat's out of the bag, isn't it?
Right away.
Right away. We're so excited at FilAm Arts that you have accepted our invitation to be our first ever artistic director. And we look forward to the amazing work that you continue to do in the community under the FilAm Arts banner.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you so much, G. I mean, it just, we are so interconnected. I met Mitch at SIPA, Search to Involve Filipino Americans, where I did Dog Eaters, directed by John Lawrence Rivera. And Playwrights Arena was housed at the Los Angeles Theater Center, which is run by Latino Theater Company. And in fact, Jose Luis directed me in that cabaret for our thesis. And I found out that I was wearing one of the Thai outfits. I was kind of like decolonizing the whole idea of Asian stereotypes by embodying them. And the Thai outfit was owned by John Lawrence Rivera. It just shows how our lineage is continuously expanding. And I said I wasn't going to cry, but Jose Luis, when I arrived at UCLA, embraced me and said, "Welcome home," in a space where sometimes I didn't feel welcome, right? I assistant directed La Víctima. It opened me up to Chicano theater. And then John opened my eyes to Filipinos in Los Angeles with Dog Eaters. So we are so interconnected. I'm just so honored by all these people who I look up to.
So, Ginger is sharing that she first met you at the University of Illinois in Chicago. and that you guys were in The Wicked Child together.
Yes.
Thank you, Ginger, for tuning in. This next work of yours, we have produced at FilAm Arts, and not only us, but so many others in the community, like Artists at Play. Let's talk about Allos, okay? But let's talk about that after we watch this.
Hello. What you do to your face, dear? Well, not when I'm not selling fish and vegetables and rice. I put dirt on my face so that the turistas can take a picture of me and they give me 5 cents. Wash it, please. Boss, I have 75 strong Filipino men as strong as Carabao. Please don't shoot! We will create our new paper, our very own magazine called The New Tide. Right? It's as if I've never heard of the words before. It ignited a fire inside of me. The pen became my sword, and the paper, my shield. I saw myself talking to millions of people without ever seeing my face, or me opening my mouth. With the help of Millar, who became our news reporter, and the aid of Jose and Nanso, we were able to interview all the kababayans all over the state. Workers of the field, read these papers, our stories are in them. Read it out loud, especially to those who do not have the luxury to do so, because they too are part of the movement.
Hi, my name is Marilyn Tokuda, and I was the Arts Education Director of East West Players for many years. I am thrilled that FilAm Arts is honoring Gio for service and leadership. When I first met Gio, I thought, who is this guy? He's kind of goofy, he's got this beautiful smile and bright eyes, and is fun-loving and kind of easygoing, and I couldn't figure him out. But when it came time for me to hire a playwright to write about Carlos Bulosan, I hired Gio, and my intuition was right. He wrote a beautiful 45-minute play that ended up touring as part of our Theater for Youth program for many months. Gio is a really good person, generous in spirit, kind of heart, and I'm so lucky to know him. Gio, I want you to know that even though I don't get to see you very often, you will always hold a special place in my heart, as will Carlos Bulosan. Congratulations, I love you, and enjoy your day.
Hello, everyone. Ginger Leopoldo here, Executive Director of Circa Pintig. On behalf of our 30-year-old organization, we wish to share our gratitude for Gio. Gio, thank you for your collaborative spirit, your glowing talent, and your enduring expertise. Circa Pintig started as Pintig Cultural Group back in 1991 with a production of America's in the Heart, the story of Carlos Bulosan. Now, nearly 2 decades after that, you shared with us your work of Allos. And from the words of our late professor, William Riefeld, he said, it was truly a work of art and the kind of theater in which you were not only entertained, but learned something along the way. You learned about the history of the Filipino experience and that of Carlos Bulosan. He says that we should continue this kind of work, and we thank you. We are a big fan of yours. You're an inspiration, and we can't wait until our next production together.
Hello, this is Anna Winter. As a queen of fashion, I applaud Gio for this exceptional recognition. I mean, his hat alone in this picture is magnificent. It's glorious. Gio, this is Chip in Chicago. Kamusta? Mabuhay? Thank you so much for sharing yourself to us, your talent here in our humble Filipino community theater, Pintig, Circa Pintig, and also teaching the youth in your own community. And mabuhay ka. May you have more successes in life, more power. Salamat, kapatid.
Congratulations, Gio. Along with the community, Artists at Play celebrates you and your leadership in promoting equity and diversity in our field.
As an artist and leader, you cultivate a nurturing environment for everyone to explore and create.
You're able to shape strategies and paths forward that allow everyone to feel heard and understood.
As an Asian American theater organization, we recognize and appreciate your focus on indigenizing artistic work and centering the stories and experiences of people of color. Congratulations, Gio!
Gio! We started with Allos. Of course, Marilyn, who you worked with at East West Players, helped you do Allos that toured everywhere, right? You've brought that so many places, all the way to Singapore, around
Africa, Uganda.
And then also the Message of Artists at Play that also produced Allos for you. What are your thoughts?
You know, America's in the Heart was written almost 75 years ago. And this is the gift that keeps on giving, written by a person who just wanted to be seen. And the way he could be seen was to write about it, because when people saw him physically, they saw the color of his skin. So that was the way he could be heard, was to write these beautiful narratives. And I look up to Marilyn so much because she, through her tenure at East West Players and thereafter, always kept grace and dignity. The way she carries herself is so powerful. And so I owe it to her for trusting me and trusting me on this work. And Don McGuilly, who was the first person to direct it, Wes Gabriel, who was first person to act in it, Joseph Malonzo, who's Philcan, who first toured it, you know, and everybody who's become part of this Allos diaspora. And of course, the family of Carlos Bulosan, who has seen the work and has so many more stories to tell as well. And I'm just so honored. And I do feel I feel while I was writing this piece, the pain and the struggle that he went through. We've come so far, but then we are constantly reminded, especially for myself in the last 5 years, of how much further we have to go. And this is the 10th year of Allos. And also congratulations to Artists at Play. And this is their 10th year as well. So it's just like, how do you create a path moving forward with people like you? And this is the way to do it.
Thank you, Gio. Allos was a wonderful creation of yours, but another one that I was able to witness personally up close was Criers for Hire at East West Players. And one of the stars of that production is here to share a message for you.
Gio, hi. I just want to say that I celebrate you today and always. Whether it's playwriting, directing, choreographing, modeling, acting, or belly laughing with me. You're an amazing human being. And I thank you for all that you do for our community, whether it's in your writing or it's in your activism. We've worked more than once, but I have to say, Criers for Hire, man, you really were able to write and express the nuances, the drama, and the comedy in our Filipino culture. And that was such a wonderful experience for me. And once again, thank you. And I celebrate you. Always remember that. I'll see you soon. Goodbye, Tita.
Hey Gio, greetings to you and love to you from Singapore, from your Singapore family at Huck Center of Acting and Creativity. I can't believe it's more than a year and a half now since I've seen you last. And I want you to know that you are terribly missed and you are loved, not just by me, but by everyone in this community who knows you and has worked with you. It feels like maybe it'll be hopefully 6 months, maybe not more than a year till I see you again. And I know that on behalf of the entire family of people that we have here in the studio, as well as myself, I think I can speak on behalf of them, that we cannot wait for you to be back, because there's something that you do that very few other people that I know do so well, which is you speak not just to the minds of people, but to the hearts and to the souls of people. And I am so much appreciative of everything that you've done to build my community here in Singapore and to work with people who otherwise would have not had the opportunity to either perform or even think about or even write the stuff that makes them tick and the stuff that makes them that makes their hearts sing. And you do that so well. And I'm so delighted that people are celebrating you and honoring you, because you do that so well. You're really brilliant at celebrating and honoring others. So with love, always love, and with hope towards the future, I look forward to seeing you again, Gio, and I cannot wait to work with you again. Cheers to you.
Ah, Gio. My goodness, what a body of work. Allos. And then you toured this all over the world. And then you did Criers for Hire. Tell us about the work that you do in Singapore, and where else have you traveled? Because I do know for a fact, sometimes you're in Australia, sometimes you're in Singapore. What does it mean to travel the world and share your theater and your experience with others?
Well, first of all, I do want to take a moment to do a shout out for Circa Pintig, because that's kind of like the root of my work. I'm from Chicago, so and getting to work with Ginger specifically when I was an undergrad, kind of, and Bill Rafael, rest in power, really paved the way to kind of the resilience of Filipinos, Filipino Americans, and Filipinos in the diaspora. And when I started realizing that there's more stories to be told, more people can share their stories, and they don't have to be actors, writers, whatnot. Everybody has a story to tell. And I've been fortunate enough to be able to travel to these spaces and places to engage, sometimes enrage people to write their narratives. And, with one of our mentors, edutainment, right? Educate and entertain at the same time. What Camille has done in Singapore is he had an idea of doing an acting school, but it became far bigger than that. And it's become a space for collaborative creation, for people to create and be themselves truly. So I'm just honored to be able to continuously do this. And during the pandemic, what I did was let's do it online. We can connect wherever you are and create spaces for that as well.
Let's talk about Palindromes. What is that about?
So I've been doing a lot of creative research in Singapore. Started out with like doing Allos there in 2016. And then that's when I met a group of phenomenal artists, cisgender women, to create their narratives. And then through that, I got introduced to Eric, who runs Poetry Festival Singapore. And he saw my work and pitched to create a poetic play, which was Benches the first year, and the second year was Palindromes. Palindromes was about really finding the shared experience of the Malayu identity as a Southeast Asian Filipino and the indigenous Singaporean Malay. I found that there were so many shared experiences, not only through culture, but also language. And so I wanted to really investigate that. And the person who I wanted to work with was Zora Imani Smith. And we were able to collaborate in creating Palindromes. And that became really a kind of like a musical between two people, a two-person musical.
All right, without further ado, Gio, we'd like to show this to the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, an excerpt from Palindromes.
Inside of you forever. Halika na, nakikita kita, huwag na umiyak. Nandito na, ako iyong saan ka man, naririto ako. Hinahanap kita, aking mutiyak.
Melihat tombak beralun-alun,
Saan ka man, ay kasama kita. Sa puso ko, nahihiya pa rin sa'king anak.
halika na, nakikita kita, huwag nang umiyak. Andito na, ako iyong ina. Dangalak, pisikan oh, pujaan hatiku. Panghibur jiwaku. Selalu ku rindu.
The mother-son always gets to me, Gio. Ang ganda naman ng kantang yun.
Oo nga. Oo nga. You know, and that's the thing. It's like I'm a fan of like the works of like the likes of Chuck Mee, who utilizes some songs and monologues and different pieces. And this was actually written for Criers for Hire, which Joan originally sang. What was beautiful about that was what we found in that story is the feeling of wherever you are, home is where the heart is. You can go anywhere in the world, but if you have your mother and your home inside your heart, then you'll be safe. And that's kind of like the story. And we found that out together with Zora. So and that beautiful song by Saloma, and I think she's going to join us in just a second. But it's a beautiful Malay song, Gara Samsara. And we were like, oh, let's put it together and create this beautiful lullaby.
I'm still crying. That's the power of theater. Isn't it so beautiful? Right? The way to experience humanity. So we do have a friend that's joining us here. And you mentioned her, but Zora is here.
Stop.
Zora's like, what time is it there in Singapore? It's like 9 a.m.
It's 9:30, but I'm here. Yes, I first worked with you, Giovanni, when we did Creation on My Body, which was the first iteration of the Body series in Singapore. And back then I was very new student, was just very like, it's crazy that it was like after high school, still figuring out, okay, what's devising how to tell a story. And that was basically thanks to you, Giovanni, leading the workshop as my teacher, that I basically got introduced to this world of like storytelling, devising, creating stories from myself, basically. And we worked on a couple of other, we did another play as well, Words of My Body. And over time, I feel like our relationship grew, not just as like this teacher and student, but also that, wow, Giovanni, like you have this ability to make the people that you work with feel like we're on the same and equal level. I never feel like you are like my superior. There's a sense of like collaboration and like true collaboration, even like despite our generational differences as well. Another thing, I'm so surprised at how like I'm able to even talk with you, but also to be able to work so easily with you, and we're always on the same page. And I just feel so much, not just as collaborator. Hey, shush, got a notification, but not so much as a collaborator, but also as a friend as well, which I feel a genuine friend. When we were talking about Palindromes Poetry Festival Singapore, I was so grateful to do that. It's one of those shows that, like, now that I look back, and especially watching that video, it's I was just so grateful for that show in particular, because I felt like that was the springboard where I now feel like I have to always explore my identity, diasporic identity especially, and what indigeneity is to me, and the affinity and the connections that the Malays, the Filipinos, Indonesians, the maritime Southeast Asians have with each other. It's a real thing. It's like this intrinsic, like intuitive connection that we have, that it's like meant to be discovered. And I find that it's like so great we did something that was like, it was really powerful, honestly. And I would just love to keep working with you and keep exploring these stories. I mean, we're working on Atlas right now for Poetry Festival Singapore, and I know we're making some discoveries. And even though in the pandemic, I wish we could be together in person, but even, through the digital sphere and still making connections, I think it's still possible. And thank you so much, Giovanni, for always having me and taking me on your journey, and for always remembering me and helping me grow as an artist, and seeing that I can grow and to have me with you alongside, and we can grow together, and to keep on keeping on as brown women and men in this world. So thank you so much, Giovanni. You're the best.
Thanks. And I do want to add to that. Zora, I met in Singapore. I think it was in the original studio. So
Yeah.
like one room studio, and she was sitting down, and I was like, "Who's this kid?" You know. And then you just see that spark, and you all see kind of like the demure, the quiet person right now. But when you have you heard her sing, you heard her. And if you see Palindromes, the spoken word poetry is lit. And the thing was, every time I went there, it was Ramadan. So we would go to fasting, right? And it just showed the power of Muslim women that I am so inspired by. And, you know, with Zora's journey as an artist, as a musician, and as a sound engineer, you know, as we grow, we're not just one thing, we become more, right? And it's so wonderful to see you grow to this amazing artist. And we have a draft due for Poetry Festival in Singapore in a week. So that's the tea on that one.
Oh, thank you.
Zora, thank you so much for joining us all the way in Singapore. We really appreciate the time you've taken. And it sounds to me that Gio is so much to so many people, but to you, it's clear he is a mentor.
Definitely mentor, collaborator in the truest sense.
Thank you, Zora, for being here. All right, as we continue our show tonight, we have a couple more messages. Let's watch this.
Hi everyone, a big hello to our kababayans around the world, all the way from Sydney, Australia. My name is Marcus Rivera. I'm an opera singer and a theatre actor.
Hi, and I'm Michelle Baltazar. I'm a writer and I'm the editor of Money Magazine here in Australia. And we're both really close friends of Gio here in Oz.
Hello Gio. We first met Gio when his play was out here, Criers for Hire.
And then after that...
several years ago. After that, he brought Katawan in collaboration with Philippine Australian Arts Culture and Innovation Hub in Campbelltown.
And then after that, we loved him so much that we invited him back to co-host the Tuloy Po Kayo fashion show featuring the Aguila collection of John Herrera. Yay! So in other words, we're kindred spirits. We're very grateful that we met Gio. He's so passionate. So he was here teaching a broader set of the Filipino community about arts and representation of marginalized voices and of course the Filipino heritage.
Yes! Mabuhay ka, Gio. You not only inspire colleagues and friends, but fellow Filipino Americans and Filipinos in general around the world. So to you, mabuhay and enjoy your celebration. That's really good.
Yeah.
You should come and try the Australian one when you come back here.
Correct. We look forward to seeing you soon and enjoy the party. See ya.
See you, everyone.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Mike Manalo Pedro. I currently serve as the Associate Dean and Director of the Asian American Resource Center at Pomona College. We're part of the Claremont Colleges. I just want to send my congratulations to Brother Gio, Professor Gio, as we know him around these parts. You know, it's one thing to be recognized with all the different community work, but also, you know, I want to speak to the fact that you also have a foot in education and higher education and the service and leadership that you've provided there to our students, being as a faculty board member to the ARC, and just served in a leadership capacity with Asian American Studies and with the many student groups that we've had on campus, helping to found our Filipino student organization called Kasama here on campus. So, you know, you've just done so much for us, Gio, and I can't thank you enough for all the work that you've done, not just in the community, but bridging the community and your own expertise here in higher education. So Thank you, Gio. This is a well-deserved honor for you. And we're just so happy to continue partnering with you and looking forward to the many great things that's on the horizon. Congratulations again.
Gio, Filipinos in the diaspora, right? Your work is rooted in this, but it's also rooted in academics. And as you are in Pomona College, Professor Giovanni Ortega, right? So the intersectionality of Giovanni Ortega, let's talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Michelle and Marcus, my fellow siblings in Down Under. Thanks for saying some beautiful words. I do have to talk about Australia. There's something beautiful about Australia. When my Lola baby died, I shut down in over 10 years ago. And I didn't want to hear her. I didn't want people talking about her because she was my person who raised me the first 12 years. But I remember being on social media, and my Tita Lulu, whose father passed away, rest in power as well. And I said, Tita Lulu, my condolences. And she mentioned that, I have pictures of your Lola. And I was like, she was like, do you want me to email it or send it to you? And I was like, no, I'll find a way to get there. And that is the story of me going to Australia. And when I got those pictures, I was finally able to grieve for this woman who raised me. And so Australia has a very special place in my heart. And to add to that, I was there with doing research, creative research. And one thing that I do and I enjoy is advising young artists. My mentee at that time was Zed Hopkins, who is now working at an arts council, whose play Pathos is being premiered. So it's one and the same: praxis and pedagogy. Practice what you preach what you practice. That is something that I really, really love to do, because somebody did it for me. Jose Luis Valenzuela did it for me. He was the first person when I was in grad school to say, you know what? Let's come audition for my play. And that was L.A. Carmen, written by Evelina Fernandez. And from that point on, I saw just students who graduate from UCLA who continuously work with Jose Luis, and they still do. They're our contemporaries, and it's so wonderful to be able to pass it on, right? Another mentor said, Salin Lahi, right? You have to continuously pass it on. I was speaking with someone who said, legacy is not about buildings, your name in buildings. It's about who you pass it on to. So you are continuously remembered. And that is what I would like to do, even if I look so young.
Well, that's what you're doing in the academics, yeah? Founding Kasama, right? All these students that are discovering their identity in college and their power is attributed to your mentorship. So, Giovanni, we have a couple more messages. Let's watch this.
And shout out to Dr. Mike.
Hi everyone, my name is Nika Vendriza and I am a recent graduate of Pomona College in Claremont, California, where Professor Ortega, or Gio as we all love to call him, is currently teaching at. Gio, first and foremost, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the continued mentorship and guidance that you've provided not only me, but so many other students throughout our time in college and even beyond that. Thank you for really always encouraging us to express ourselves however way we want to, whether we want to sing it out to the world or just whisper it. You've always been there with us every step of the way, and you continue to encourage us to really be ourselves and share parts of ourselves. And the freedom that comes with that, I just can't put it into words. I just want to say thank you for that, and congratulations on your very, very well-deserved recognition.
Good afternoon, magandang hapon po. My name is Andrea Mackey, and I'm currently a public health professional doing health policy work in Sacramento. But you know, he really made us feel like we were visible on a campus that made us feel so invisible, and empowered us, gave us funding. You know, he really supported us. And you know, I'm so honored to be making this video for him, celebrating him. You know, he uplifts others, and I couldn't think of any other way to uplift Gio and the work that he's done for kasama and the community, and for me personally. Maraming salamat po, Gio. You know, kasama would never be where it was without you. I would never be where I am without you. And
Hi everyone, my name is Ronaldo Andre Colonial Jr. and I go by Ray Ray for short, and I use he, they pronouns. I am an alumni from the Claremont colleges, and that was where I had the opportunity to learn, grow, and just be my full self with Giovanni Ortega. I truly appreciate you, Gio. Thank you so much for being a beacon for me to embrace the different possibilities and different versions of myself. And I just truly appreciate all your love and energy and care. Congratulations, and I wish more and more of you shining, and I'll be with you. I'll be there with you every step of the way.
Hi everyone, my name is Sharon Chiaclaros and I use she, her, hers pronouns. And I just want to congratulate my Kapwa Queer Kid, Gio, for receiving this amazing Service and Leadership Award. I serve as the Assistant Dean of Students and Director for the Queer Resource Center, and in my time in getting to know Gio and in our collaborative partnership, he has truly lifted up BIPOC, queer, and trans students. He gives them opportunities to share their voices so that they can be liberated and experience just light and love and joy, and so that they could experience pride for their authentic selves. And so Gio's interactions with not just me, but everyone he crossed paths with is truly a gift. And it's rare to find someone that you can really authentically be yourself with. And so Gio is an embodiment of true service and leadership that centers love, joy, grace, and compassion. And so Gio, congratulations, and I can't wait to celebrate with you.
Hi, I'm Sansan. I'm a writer-director, and I've collaborated with Gio on some film projects where the stories that we worked on and collaborated together with was very much focused on the Philippine ex-diaspora and the Philippine immigrant experience. And I am so happy that FilAm Arts is celebrating Gio and his contribution to the Philippine ex-American community. Working with Gio, he brings a certain sensitivity and a holistic approach, and also an intersectional approach to the work that he does. And I am so happy to be celebrating Gio and his work as an artist.
Hello everyone, my name is Jade Kagalawan and I am the Arts Education and Professional Enrichment Programs Manager for East West Players. I wanted to give my big congratulations to Giovanni Ortega. If there is anyone to celebrate, especially in the Fil-Am theater community, it is Gio. He is an incredible person. He has an incredible heart, personality, brain. He has done so much for me, so much for the East West Players community, and I don't know what I would do without him. He's an incredible human being, and you know, when I first met him, I was intimidated, funny enough, but I quickly got to know him, very quickly got to know him as a person. He makes you feel very welcome. He's a very open person, and he just has a very magnetic personality about him. He is funny. He knows how to tell it like it is. And He is great about reminding me about things when I forget or when I have so many other things going on because, you know, ADHD. And he just really resonates the true meaning of kapwa. So thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for being an incredible human being.
Hi, Gio. You deserve all the accolades in the world. You do so much for the Fil-Am community, the arts community, the theater community, the education community, not just here in the US, but all over the world. It is just so admirable. I am always so incredibly inspired whenever I see your posts of your latest conquest in different countries. I have been fortunate enough to be able to act alongside you. I've spoken your words, you have spoken mine. I've danced to your choreography. I've had you choreograph for me. I've directed you, you've directed me. I feel like there are so many different ways that we have worked together and we just flow through it seamlessly and flawlessly. And I would say though that the relationship with you that I value the most is as my kapatid. You are always there for me, both as an artist and just as my friend. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm crying over here.
How do you believe me like that? We are Filipino, we cry.
That's right. But
we
it's
laugh.
from the heart, Gio. So many people have really shared their experience with you, their personal experience with you. And I guess it's my turn now because I'm just so honored to know you. And it is truly a gift to be able to work with you at FilAm Arts. So with this next clip, I'm really crying kasi criers nga, di ba?
That was the whole point.
Somebody hire me? Can somebody hire me? Because look, oh.
You were in the original. You're the OG criers. Yes.
I had the immense fortune to work with Gio for this East West Players theatrical production. Let's watch this clip.
East West Players presents Criers for Hire by Giovanni Ortega, directed by John Lawrence Rivera. World premiere comedy featuring Joan Almeida.
14 years. 14 years since I gave birth to her at the lobby of Silahis Hotel. Tapos I was gone within a month. No choice, no? I had to go to Japan. Naku, may abandonment issues yun.
Nicole Barreto.
Mag-chaperone kaya ako sa field trip na yan para malaman kung bakit napakamahal niyan.
Oh, wag, ma!
Wag, ha? Gusto ko malaman kung sino pang sasama dyan.
Mga nerds lang. No need to worry.
Worry is my middle name. At mag-ingat ka sa mga lalaki. They only have one thing on their minds. You're puking!
Naman!
Samantha Kutaran.
Oh, that's right. Girly girl is coming. I can't wait to paint her face and dress her up like a Barbie doll.
Pwede ba, Genoveva? Be a good example for my daughter, ha?
Rudy Martinez. And Giselle Tonji.
Loka ka ba? You had to work in different countries and different cities so that she can have everything. If you didn't leave, she'd be a Kanto girl in Ermita or selling rosarios in Quiapo by now.
Totoo siya.
Oy, totoo talaga.
Tickets on sale now. Get yours today. February 11 to March 13th. EastWestPlayers.org 213-625-7000. LA 18's Kababayan Today is a proud sponsor of East West Players Criers for Hire.
A nurse? Oh, sige na po.
Wow, it feels like so long ago, right? Gio, that was an amazing experience. And seeing the audience after each performance come up, feeling seen, right? That's my story. And we're so excited at FilAm Arts to be able to really be under your wing as our artistic director for FilAm Arts Teatro.
I am
What do you
I am beyond words. I'm really, really excited. And just watching the clip of Criers, and I'll talk about you, G, just seeing you being nonstop, right? And I remember when my mom would say, I have to go to work and I have to go to my second job and I have to make sure that I'm taking care of your little brother and I have to take care of you, you know, as a single mom, you know, and that's the power of the Filipino woman. And when I saw you in person just like 2 weeks ago, gee, you do that, and you're a leader, but then the love you have for your two kids, it's just, and then you're like the person who does everything, but the love you have for your family comes first, is so empowering, and it's really so inspiring, and you just embody what a Pinay is, and that to me is the reason why I get to do my work. Because my mom, whenever I am going through something, she's like, I don't have time for sorry. I only have time for solutions. And you're like one of those people, right? You what do we need to do, right?
Okay, this is about you. See, that's why people love you, Gio, because you always do this. It's not about you. That's why it was important for FilAm Arts to do this, Gio, because we don't celebrate all the work and all the accomplishments and all the success that you have attained, not just for yourself, but for the community. And I'm so honored that we have a message from a very important person at East West Players. Let's watch this.
Congratulations, Gio, on this recognition and honor. Having worked with you in various capacities over 15 years, I am continually impressed, inspired, and energized by your artistic talent, work ethic, professionalism, and ability to engage various communities through performances in Los Angeles, nationally and internationally. Your passion for committing all of yourself in the work is powerful and impactful. You've always gone above and beyond what we have asked of you, and I am proud to have you as a colleague. Congratulations again. Well deserved.
I'm going to become president someday.
So am I.
That was the first time I met you, Gio.
That's right.
Was for that production of Imelda at East West Players 15 years ago.
I was
16.
5.
So this evening has been all these people really sharing their personal experience and professional experience of working with you. As we end our program today, we have one more person or community organization that wants to greet you, but everybody has said so many different things about you, but one thing is constant, Gio. Your desire to really bring our narrative, our storytelling front and center, and finding a way for everybody to belong.
Yes. Tapos.
Tapos na.
I will say something about Mother Tim Dang. It's kind of like a bookend, right? You have John Rivera and then Tim Dang are the two people who has continuously given me an opportunity. That's why it is important that I continue to give others opportunity, right? Just as Jose Luis kind of pushed me into the theater world, John has taken me on. Tim, we're all so interconnected. Tim saw Dog Eaters, and asked me to audition for Imelda. And since then, this mentorship between John and Tim has been fundamental. And also other people like Valina Hasso Houston and so many others who I look up to and who I continuously ask advice from, not just as an artist, but as an academic, but also as a human being. It's always important to, and napaka Pinoy always have the elders. It's our own way of manupo, is respecting them throughout.
So we have a message from a very prestigious community organization, and representing Kayamanan ng Lahi this evening, a message for you, Gio, is Jed David. Let's watch this.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jed from Kayamanan ng Lahi Philippine Folk Arts. And on behalf of our founders and the Kayamanan ng Lahi family, we want to say mabuhay to you, Gio, for your stewardship and commitment in the arts. We connected as artists in the community do, and first saw you in the play Dog Eaters. From there, we have had the privilege of working together for over 10 years, including our 20th anniversary concert, Salin Lahi, where you brought life to the Kayamanan ng Lahi narrative as our diwa. To Big World Fun, where you wove the voices of Malakas at Maganda into the Filipinx American tapestry. And most recently celebrating our 30th anniversary in Tao Po, helping us affirm that we are here rich with the intersectional voices of our community. Diwa, you share our core values of katiwala, kapwa, galang, and kalinangan. Throughout the years, we have witnessed you teach and learn, traveling the country and the world, from Australia, Singapore, to Germany, spreading kapwa and sharing yourself with the global Filipinx community. Your students and your peers as an assistant professor, as a playwright, and artist, helping people find their voices. We have laughed and cried with you, and because of you, because you, my friend, are an abundance of talent that continues to breathe life to the meaningful narratives of our people. You have been a source of healing and medicine for us artists in the community because of your spirit. So once again, on behalf of Kayamanan ng Lahi Philippine Folk Arts, we love you, Gio. We celebrate you for your service and leadership, and we wish you, our diwa, mabuhay.
We celebrate you, Gio, all of us.
Thank you.
A message, please, to the Fil-Am community and to our viewers this evening.
I am so excited and honored to embark in this journey with FilAm Arts Teatro as the inaugural artistic director. Maraming salamat po, and I will continue to be of service and practicing magiging kapwa-tao. Tao po is the thing that we say when we enter a room, a space, but tao po also means that I am human. Tao po tayo. And as we continuously share narratives about our people, it is important to always knock and say tao po, but also stand up in pride and say tao po ako, tao po ikaw, at tao po tayo.
Gio, maraming salamat. We're wondering, and we have programming coming up, but what can our community look forward to? Because on behalf of FilAm Arts, we were born in 1992, LA riots. We are primarily known for being able to present the Festival of Philippine Arts and Culture. But thinking about this post-pandemic world, can you share with us why theater?
Because theater is the mirror to society, diba? Like you get to see who you are as a tao, and you can continuously share the stories about voices that are often unheard and still not heard. 75 years after Bulosan's America's in the Heart. And what I'm really excited about, and I get really excited. I start out pretty chill, but then I get so excited. I'm so excited in programming possibilities for Filipinx, Filipino Americans, Filipinos in the diaspora. Specifically, I'm kind of curating this thing where we have the next generation of Filipinx artists coming up. And I'm talking to several of them right now. And wow, I'm learning so much, from honoring Eliseo Art Silva's mural to kind of reinvigorating a lullaby from the Philippines, to just being someone who wants to be seen and never seen as a mixed race Pinay. These are the stories that I am so excited to share with everybody. But at the same token, also as a Pinoy, remembering our elders, always standing in the shoulders of our elders and doing a reading of pieces that people that came before us wrote out, who are still around, right? There are so many Pinoy, Pinay, Pinex writers out there. And I'm just really excited to share those stories. And go Dr. Mike. And most of all, really connecting with our community, right? Kasama was there. I am more than excited to work with Kasama and having them be involved with FilAm Arts. The ones who graduate, the ones who are still there, and those people who want to be involved in the organization, as we really delve into this whole idea of grassroots and really going. I'm thanks Divalu. That's Jed, by the way. But like bringing back Tao Po, like Tao Po, I'm knocking, but Tao Po, I am here. Is so important. And the way to do that is to go into the community, just as Councilman O'Farrell shared in the very beginning. Is really being part of the community. But most of all, the shared narratives that we have, not just with fellow Filipinos, but with our Asian American brethren. The rise of AAPI hate has been unearthed, and how can we align ourselves with people and organizations like East West Players, Little Tokyo Service Center, Filipino Workers Center, Artists at Play specifically, but also Latino Theater Company. I can go on forever about this, that we can unite together as a group of people who are marginalized and share our stories.
Gio, we thank you on behalf of FilAm Arts for allowing us to celebrate you, for allowing us to really bring all the community that you have touched so deeply through your professional and personal relationship with them. We are so honored that you are our artistic director at FilAm Arts for Teatro. And what we're even more excited about is this collaborative spirit that we are bringing everybody with us. So Gio, maraming salamat muli. We celebrate you on behalf of FilAm Arts.
Thank you so much for having me. And and as part of this role is really making sure that FilAm Arts is funded as well. So donations and writing grants and doing these asks to enhance our visibility for our programming. I think that's really important and very exciting at the same time.
Thank you, Gio. I commit my professional and personal heart to FilAm Arts Teatro. As an actor, as an arts lover, and now an arts administrator, I stand on your shoulders. So salamat.
Uy, salamat naman.
Alright, maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Giselle Tongi Walters, Executive Director of FilAm Arts, and we're so excited to share with you that Giovanni Ortega is our new Artistic Director for FilAm Arts Teatro. We will be coming home to historic Filipino town. Please, if you want to collaborate with us, if you want to see your stories told, please make sure to donate to FilAm Arts. No amount is too little, $1, $5, or if you're feeling generous, we cannot continue our work without the help of our community. So please, you can go to HTTP down there, our bit.ly to donate at FilAm Arts, or on our PayPal, info at filamarts.org. Have a good evening, everyone. Maraming salamat muli, and we look forward to creating more with our community with Giovanni Ortega at the helm of FilAm Arts Teatro. Magandang gabi po.